Hey guys, what's going on? So today I have a small-ish collection update. Nothing as crazy as the last few, but I got 6 CDs and 1 record. So yeah, background, we're listening to Putridity's Degenerating Anthropophagical Euphoria. Fucking classic, modern style, brutal death metal. I'll show the record first, as well as the first CD, because those two are non-metal. I think I showed some stuff from this guy my last collection update, or one of the last few. G.G. Allen with, I'm not going to say the album title because I don't want my shit to get taken down. I don't know, YouTube's weird. But anyways, you could read it. Classic album. Arguably his best. I mean, it's got some of his most popular songs like Die When You Die, Commit Suicide, Outlaw Scumfuck. But yeah, I've been on a real kick for him lately. Really diverse discography because, you know, the further you get into his discography, the more extreme it gets, and the more offensive his lyrics get, and the more fucked up his voice sounds, the more aggressive the music gets. And I like all of it, honestly. If you're gonna listen to just one G.G. Allen record, this might be it as far as full lengths go, not counting like compilations. I mean, it has Die When You Die, and that's next to like Bite It You Scum. That's like his most popular song, and in my opinion, Die When You Die sums up everything you need to know about G.G. Allen in a song. Here's the album cover, just a picture of him. And then there's a picture of the band on the back. So track listing, I'll read all the song titles because they're pretty funny. You've got My Revenge, Dope Money, Be My Fucking Whore. This is a funny one. Suck My Ass It Smells, Dog Shit, Wild Writing, which is a really crazy song. It's like a really weird noisy sort of track where he just kind of loses his shit. It's crazy. Sleeping in My Piss, Antisocial Masturbator, Last in Line for the Gangbang, Die When You Die. And then side 2 has Commit Suicide, Crash and Burn, Outlaw Scumfuck, Caroline and Sue, Cunt Sucking Cannibal, Family, Young Little Meat, I Wanna Kill You, which is one of my favorites on here, and My Bloody Mutilation. So yeah, you've got some liner notes from GG right there. This just came on black vinyl, but I'll show the labels. I got this from my local record store. But yeah, really cool. The next thing I want to get from him, because I have Hated in the Nation, I have the soundtrack to the documentary that was made about him that's also called just Hated, and then I have the first album, Always Was, Is, and Always Will Be, and then now this. So next I think I want to get his last full-length Brutality and Bloodshed for All. That one's really cool. It's got like Kill Thy Father, Rape Thy Mother, and like I Kill Everything I Fuck. It's a good album. But anyways, yeah, really glad I got this one though. Classic release. Not for everybody, especially if you're not into punk, and even a lot of people who are into punk fucking hate G.G. Allen for obvious reasons. But I don't know, I just think he's got really fun, edgy sort of songs. And a lot of them are really catchy. But yeah, G.G. Allen. Now onto the CDs. This first thing I'm showing couldn't be more of a further opposite from G.G. Allen as far as being in the realm of punk, although this really isn't a punk album at all. But a little bit of a guilty pleasure, actually. I used to have the CD as a kid, but I don't even know what fucking happened to it, but I just got a new copy for like $5. AFI, Sing the Sorrow. I prefer the stuff before this, but this is like the last great thing I think they ever put out. I've just been on a kick for this album lately, so I got myself a new copy. But yeah, I guess you could call it like post-hardcore. It's not really punk like the early stuff, and it's not really like hardcore or like death rock or whatever the fuck you want to call like the Art of Drowning era. But this is a nice album though. I mean, it's not for everybody. If I hadn't grown up with this, I probably wouldn't like it now, honestly. Whoa. That literally just went behind my shelf, but that was just a little insert. There's like an ad for like their website, I guess, that came with this CD when whoever previously owned this first got it. That was really weird. Anyways. But yeah, really nostalgic childhood sort of album for me. AFI is the band that got me into music in the first place. And yeah, there's just some great, really catchy songs on here. Really melodramatic though. But you've got like The Leaving Song Part 2, Bleed Black, Girls Not Grey, Silver and Cold, Death of Seasons, But Home Is Nowhere. My favorite song on here is actually the hidden track. What's it called? This Time Imperfect. It's not listed on the track listing, but it's track 13. That song is just really good. Really, really emotional sort of stuff. You know, really pretty sounding. Not for everybody, of course. It's really angsty, I guess, but it's a little more tasteful than most stuff of this style. Mostly because the lyrics are a little more poetic. I don't know. Like I said, it's a real nostalgic sort of album for me. It's mainly why I like this, but I don't know. I think there's some great songwriting on here. Really great singing from Davey Havoc. Interesting guitar work, of course. It's got a nice atmosphere to it. Song really clicks well with the weather right now. Kind of rainy, cloudy sort of weather. I don't know. I have a lot of memories of listening to this album on the car as a kid. In that kind of weather, I don't know. It's weird. I know that sounds corny, but yeah, AFI, Sing the Sorrow. Nostalgic, borderline guilty pleasure. Alright, now on to all the brutal death metal stuff. First up, we got Sick with Cannibalistic Torment. If you don't know Sick, Devourment worship-ish sort of band from LA. I say worship-ish because there's a little more to their sound than just being Devourment worship, but if you like Devourment, you'll love Sick because they have that same sort of intensity. See, the thing is, a lot of the Devourment clone bands, they just copy like riffs and stuff. Sick doesn't really have any riffs that sound exactly like a Devourment riff, or like any particular Devourment riffs, but the vocals and just the overall intensity and the songwriting style is similar to like Molesting the Decapitated. But this is just some really cool stuff. It's a little hard to find as well. I got this from Discogs for like $30, I want to say. This came out originally in like 2011 or 2013. I really like their logo. Funny thing with this band though is whenever you Google like Sick band, like it's like impossible to find anything because their name is so simple. But this is just it's an EP, and then as bonus tracks it has their demo, like Sanguination Through Mutilation. Yeah, just really intense stuff. If you like Devourment, then you'll probably like this band. Which I know that sounds very redundant because that goes for a lot of brutal death metal, but if you're a huge Devourment fan in particular, these guys will definitely scratch that itch. I don't know, the vocals sound a lot like Ruben Rosas, and also a little bit like early Maddie Way, like Cranial Impalement era. Folds out to on the reissue, this is the artwork. You can barely see that. I'm so sorry about the lighting, but it's some John Zig art. I don't know why they didn't do that for this instead of just that logo on the cover, but got all the lyrics as well. Very Devourment inspired lyrics, you know. They're really misogynistic, cool, edgy shit. But yeah, the shit just grooves really hard. There's some really well-written slams and really intense drumming as well as another thing I like on this. But the first song, Consuming Putrid Innards, there's this one part at the end of that song that just goes really hard, where, I don't know how to explain it, but it just has this really, like, pounding sort of sound. And there's some really catchy vocal patterns on here, too, like on Witnessing Extreme Torture. It's got some really sick vocals. But yeah, if you just like really energetic brutal death metal that's kind of groove-based, then you'll like this. So Sick, Cannibalistic Torment. Next up, we've got one of the most extreme things I fucking own now. I'm really happy I got this because it's a little hard to come by. It's not the most expensive CD ever, but it's definitely rare. This is Enmity with Illuminations of Vile Engorgement. If you don't know Enmity, brutal death metal from Arizona, I want to say, early 2000s. Really ahead of their time. I would compare them to like the bands on like New Standard Elite, but honestly they're more extreme than most of those bands. Just super noisy, kind of sloppy also, but over the top, just fun, crazy shit to listen to. I remember when I first heard this when I was like 16 years old, it was like too much for me. And I was being already into like Disgorge and Devourment and Brodekin and shit. Just super extreme, really unique stuff too. I can't think of any other band of this. I mean, you have like Orchidectomy, Putridity, stuff like that, but I can't think of any of them that sound quite like Enmity. But yeah, there's the album cover. I like it quite a bit. They have a unique looking logo too. There's the back with the track listing. It's put out through Permeated Records in 2005. There's the disc. I'm so sorry about that lighting, it's so bad. Yeah, really cool stuff. Not for everybody. If you're not into brutal death metal, like, avoid this at all costs unless you just want some sort of strange novelty listen. But if you like really niche, crazy brutal death metal, then you will like this. It's just so over-the-top sounding, I can't think of any other way to explain it, but really unique and really alien sounding. It's got some slams and stuff, but it's mostly blasty. Yeah, really cool stuff. Enmity, Illuminations of Vile Engorgement. And then these last three I got from Severed Records, their Black Friday sale. It was like 30% off, so I got like 3 CDs for $20, which is cool. First up, Gorgasm, Orgy of Murder. God, that looks pitch black in this lighting. I should have recorded this during the day. I don't know what I'm doing. This is Gorgasm's 4th album. Or no, it's their third full length. I was thinking of Stab with Intercourse. 3rd full length, 4th release, I want to say. It's not the best, but it's still pretty good. I've been meaning to get this for a while, because it's one of the only things I don't own from them. I also need to get Destined to Violate. But it's still a pretty good album, though. It's the album cover. There's the disc. I think this is a reissue from 2018, put out through Rising Nemesis Records. This one's a little groovier than the albums before it. But I mean, if you like Gorgasm, you will like this album. There's not much about this that's horribly different from what you'd expect from Gorgasm. They're pretty meat and potatoes sort of band. I really like that band photo. Well, meat and potatoes for their style, at least, because they add in a lot of unique, like, melodic, neoclassical sort of stuff. But, what I mean is, like, it's what you'd expect from Gorgasm. There's some really crazy song titles on here, too, like, Dirty Cunt Beatdown, Come Inside the Carcass. For some reason, there's a song called Scourge of the Christians. I don't know. It's really strange for Gorgasm to hear some, like, anti-religious shit. I wouldn't expect that, because usually it's just gore, sexual stuff. But yeah, not the best Gorgasm release. It's not the most memorable, but it's still pretty solid. So Gorgasm, Orgy of Murder. Next up, we got a really cool one. Prostitute Disfigurement with Embalmed Madness. If you don't know Prostitute Disfigurement, they started out more brutal death metal and they got more tech death as they went along. This is their first album, but really crazy brutal death metal from like the early 2000s in the Netherlands. Super guttural vocals, but they have this weird like nasally sort of sound to them. Imagine like Devourment molesting the decapitated Ruben Rosas vocals if he like pinched his nose while he did vocals. That's like the best way I can explain it. But really unique stuff too. It's really weird, oddball sounding in a similar way to like early Viral Load kinda. There's the album cover. The original has different art, but this is just like I don't know if it's a remaster, but the reissue has new art. I don't know. The art on this reissue isn't that great, but neither is the art on the original though, so I didn't really care that much to pay a shit ton more for an original press of this. And it's not like my favorite thing ever either, so. But it's still very good. Really cool guitar tone as well, really beefy sounding. If I remember correctly, these guys used to just be called Disfigured, and then they changed their name. But yeah, I think this might have programmed drums, unless they're just crazy triggered. Or no, it says that there's real drums on here. Shit. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. If you've never heard Prostitute Disfigurement, then go check this album out. I'd say this is probably their best. This and I think the album after this, Left in Grisly Fashion, is also really good. But yeah, the vocals take a little getting used to. At least for me, they did. But once you appreciate them, they sound really sick. But yeah, Prostitute Disfigurement, Embalmed Madness. Last, but definitely not least, probably my favorite thing I got out of the Severed Records order. This is Cenotaph from Turkey with Pseudoverminal Cadaverium. This is their 3rd album, the one after Puke's Genital Purulency. I think this one's actually really, like, overlooked. It's like a mixture between Puke Genital Purulency and the debut, Voluptuously Minced, because the vocals are kind of like a mix between those two. It's similar to Puke Genital, but it's a little faster, I want to say, and the production's a lot cleaner. It's a really solid album, though. I don't know why nobody talks about this one. People really only talk about the first two. But there's the album art. It's pretty cool. I love that bold text on the side as well. You can never go wrong with that. There's the back. This is a reissue that was put out through Severed Records. No shit, because it was on their distro. I mean, all the other stuff I got in this update wasn't from Severed, even though it was on their distro, but this was. I think this was originally put out through like United Guttural in the early 2000s. I forget what year, it might be like 2001, I imagine, or 2001, 2, or 3, or maybe even the year 2000, I don't know. But I know that Puke Genital came out in 99, so it can't be much later after that. But yeah, I still need to listen to this one a little more, familiarize myself with the songs, but, you know, if you don't know Cenotaph, really technical, interesting sort of brutal death metal, similar to Defeated Sanity, but they're not quite as fast, but really avant-garde. I mean, the best way I could explain them is like a mixture of like Disgorge, California, with like the weirdness of like a band like Demolic. Just really cool stuff, and one of the best bands in the genre. But yeah, Cenotaph, Pseudoverminal Cadaverium, cool stuff. But yeah, I guess that's it for this collection update. Just really small, but still quite a lot of good stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.